Hello and welcome. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and today we're talking about practicing, how to become excellent during your practice time. If you're going to be practicing anyways, you might as well use some efficient practice rules that will help you become amazing for your good practicing. Here's 4 rules that will make your practice amazing. Rule number 1 comes from an old saying. How do you eat an elephant? Simple, 1 bite at a time. If you're learning a new song, don't try to learn the whole thing all at once. Learn it one little piece at a time. If you have a big project, break it into smaller pieces. Learn just one measure, then another measure. Learn just one hand, and then the other hand, then hands together. By breaking it into small pieces and focus on one piece at a time, you'll have awesome practicing. Rule number 2 is don't practice mistakes. I've seen so many students who will play the same song again and again and again, making the same mistake again and again and again. They practice enough that way, and they have become an expert at their mistake. Don't become an expert at making mistakes. If you're making the same mistake more than once in a row, so if you played that same mistake twice in a row, it's time to stop and figure out and solve that area. So you're not practicing your mistakes. Rule number 3, practice begins when it's perfect. A lot of students think that once they get it perfect, their practicing is done, but they're wrong. Practice begins once it's perfect. Until it's perfect, you're just figuring out the notes. Let's think about it this way. If you played a song 5 times incorrectly with mistakes and 1 time correctly, some students would play that 1 time correctly and say, oh, I'm done for the day. I finally got it right. But the next day when they go and sit down to practice again, if they played it 5 times wrong and 1 time right, which way are they more likely to play it the next day? You're right. They're more likely to play it the incorrect way because they did it 5 times that way and only 1 time right. So your muscles are probably going to remember the wrong way more than they remember the right way. So that's why we have rule number 3. Practice begins the first time you play it correctly. After you play it correctly, you should do it again and again and again and get so good at doing it correctly that you can't play it wrong. You're ready for the last rule. Slow is fast. To explain this rule, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there were 2 runners, and they challenged each other to a race. The race was to get to the top of a tall mountain. Now, one runner loved to run fast, and he knew that he was going to be the fastest and was going to win the race to the top of the mountain. When the referee said go, the fast runner saw a path that looked smooth and easy going around the side of the mountain, and he thought, surely, I'm going to win this race. And he took off, running as fast as he could, down the smooth and easy path around the mountain. The runner, who was a little bit smarter, but not necessarily as fast, saw a path going up the mountain. It was not an easy path, but he saw that it was actually going up the mountain. So while the fast runner was going around the path that was leading around the mountain, the slower but steadier runner was going up the mountain. And guess what? This path for the fast runner was just going around and around the mountain. And so while he was making really no progress, but running really fast, the other runner was slowly making it to the top. And in fact, he was the winner of the race. Now, in your practicing, if you're playing something too fast, it's possible that you're like the runner who's going around and around the mountain, but never really making any progress. You can play the same song again and again and again, but if you're playing it too fast, you're not able to fix the mistakes in it. Now, someone who will practice slow will actually win faster than someone who's going fast. So fast is slow, and slow is fast sometimes when you're practicing. In other words, if you're playing the song really fast all the time, you might be slow at getting better. If you practice slow, you'll be fast at getting amazing at the song, and then later on, you'll be able to play the song fast without mistakes. So if you want to get excellent, remember, slow is fast. So let's review all 4 rules one last time. Number 1, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Rule number 2, don't practice mistakes. If you've played something wrong twice in a row, stop and fix it first, then keep practicing. Rule number 3, practice begins when you play it perfectly. Rule number 4, slow is fast. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.